What a World Cup. What a World Cup. I swear I say this every World Cup. I swear I do. But what a World Cup still. The drama we had from Group D earlier in the day. And now, drama in Group C as Argentina and Poland booked their place into the round of 16. Mexico and Saudi Arabia miss out. This group was well contested, I have to say. I like this group. This has been one of the better groups of the World Cup. Indeed, it has been. Definitely has been, man. Entertainment to the rafters. Argentina losing on match day one to Saudi Arabia. We thought that the Saudis would have gone on to the round of 16, but they went flat after that. And Poland, Mexico played to a draw. Poland bounced back by beating Saudi Arabia. Mexico lost to Argentina. So give it up to Argentina for surviving that scare, pulling off 2 wins, man. Both of them 2-0. And they topped the group and avoid a round of 16 match against France. And they will now play against Australia. Wow. Argentina versus Australia. Wow. I was actually mixing up the two names today when I did the Australia win reaction. I don't know. I had Argentina on my mind because Argentina are the team that I picked to go on to win the World Cup. And I thought they were going to let me down. They could still let me down. But look, they would be loving the matchup in the round of 16 against Australia. Unless Australia somehow manages to pull off a shock win. And when it comes to shock wins, do not write off the Aussies. But big up to everybody in the house, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Mexico 2, Saudi Arabia 1. Not enough for Mexico to actually go through the finalist score. Finish on 4 points like Poland, but miss out because of their goal difference. The lack of goal scoring at the World Cup ultimately come back to haunt them. And the fact that they conceded 3 goals come back to haunt them. As for Poland, they only conceded twice in the whole World Cup, and that's against Argentina. So kudos to Coach Michnovic and his defense for being resolute. Wojciech Szczesny, who right now, for me, is goalkeeper of the tournament. When you really think about it, just run through all the goalkeepers in your heads real quick. Just run through, do a quick one, and it is Szczesny. It ain't Lloris. It ain't Noppert of the Netherlands. It ain't Matt Turner. It's not Mendy. Wojciech Szczesny. Let's see how far Poland would go as they face France. Ooh, what an opponent. What an opponent. So big up to everybody in the house, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in here. Big up to the boy Josh Byrne. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you feeling? Pacharo. Big up to you. Donovan, BX Gunner, Jesus Espinosa. Big up to you, bro. Ecuador and Mexico out. Jesus, didn't you go to the World Cup though? How's it over there in Qatar? How's it, man? You think I don't know? I know you over there in Qatar. But guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Appreciate everybody tuning in right about now. Let's talk. Let us talk. Let's have a bit of fun, man. Let's talk World Cup football. And before we do move on to these games, let's just go back. Let's go back, guys. You know what I mean? Ecuador 1, Senegal 2. Senegal go through. Netherlands 2, Qatar 0. Netherlands through. Iran 0, USA 1. The USA go through. And Wales 0, England 3. England go through. So Senegal will face England while the Netherlands will take on the USA in the round of 16. And, of course, they're on opposite sides of the bracket. And I will pull up a bracket to show you guys what's going on a little later, so you guys could know exactly what's happening. But England, Senegal on the side where France is, which is crazy. So if England pass Senegal, they will have to meet France if France defeat Poland. And on the other side, the Netherlands, USA, Argentina, Australia. So if the USA want to win the World Cup, they're going to have to get past Argentina. Netherlands, the same thing. So we have 8 teams that have booked themselves a place in the round of 16 so far. And we have more coming up. So look, Tunisia 1, France 0. I did make standalone videos talking about those games, but I will talk about them again right here. Australia 1, Denmark 0. Very disappointing Denmark, I should say. And Poland 0, Argentina 2, Saudi Arabia 1, Mexico 2. Let's talk about these games, man. Let's start with the game between Saudi Arabia and Mexico. So Mexico finally choose to come good. And when they do, it is still not enough. And it's been the first time since 1978 that they failed to get out of their group. And they've been getting to the round of 16 of the World Cup for, I think, the past 7 World Cups. So pretty disappointing in Mexico. So look, Tata Martino, I'm pretty sure he's going to get the sack now, even though he picked up a win, a draw, and a loss. A respectable World Cup, I have to say. But Mexico could have done better. Definitely. Because this game against Saudi Arabia, they had opportunities that they could have beaten Saudi Arabia by a bigger margin, but wasn't able to pull it off. So they have themselves to blame. But in this game, Henry Martin in the 47th minute, and then Luis Chavez. This guy is a star. I don't know this player very well. I don't watch the Liga MX. I think he plays in the Liga MX, but he's good, man. He's been their best player at the World Cup, I have to say. And that was a freaking great free kick. That has to go down as goal of the World Cup contender. So, look, Saudi Arabia, they did bag one back. Salim Al-Dosari loves to score goals at the World Cup. He now has, how many he has? 3? Yeah, 3 goals. So give it up to Salim Al-Dosari, man. Scored against Egypt in that winner back in 2018. And, of course, he scored against Argentina, that brilliant goal. And now he scored again here against Mexico and potentially put Mexico out of the World Cup, because if he didn't score and Mexico had a little bit more time, they could have gotten that deciding goal that would have put them into the round of 16. So give it up to Saudi Arabia. I think it's a valiant effort. It's one of their better performances at the World Cup, I have to say, on the Herb Renard. But it's just that they couldn't really get down off the high. They really couldn't get down off the high of winning that game against Argentina at all, man. You know what I'm saying? And they never really played to that level again. So kind of disappointed in Saudi Arabia, I have to say, because I did pick them to beat Mexico in this game. I didn't know where Mexico's goals were going to come from. So I said, you know what, man? Let me just pick Saudi Arabia, squeeze through, represent for the Arab nations. But right now, as it seems, only Morocco have hope to actually represent for the Arab nations. Because, look, if we check the table, look, Qatar, they're gone. Right? Middle East, Iran, they're gone. Saudi Arabia, gone. Tunisia, Arab, gone. Right? Morocco, only hope. Only hope. Morocco, the Atlas Lions. Are they going to be the flag bearers for the Arab nations / Middle East? They're in Africa, but you get the point. Look, Morocco could do it, but they could still screw it up, though. Definitely could still screw it up. But look, give it up to Mexico, man. They tried. They really, really tried. And I did write down a bit of notes, not a lot, but they tried, man. They tried. Bright start. They had Saudi Arabia on the ropes. They really dominated the play on the day, and they could have actually scored more. How are you going to have 26 shots at goal, 11 on target, and only score 2? So whose fault is it? Mexico's fault. They do not have enough goal scorers in this team. Yeah, maybe in the Mexican League, but I'm talking about at this highest level of the game. And maybe that is something that Mexico need to look for. They need a go-to man. Raul Jimenez is not that man anymore. They need somebody who's gonna put their hands up and just be very prolific in front of goal. You know, they need a new Chicharito. Right, guys? What do you think? Right? Am I right? Definitely need another Chicharito, man. They haven't produced a striker as prolific as Chicharito for some time. And I think that was the ultimate downfall at this World Cup. So Mexico 2, Saudi Arabia 1. I think valiant effort from Saudi Arabia. They would now look forward to playing in the Asian Cup and working towards getting back to the World Cup back in 2026. I think they will be back, and they definitely would walk away proud of themselves. Not bad at all, Saudi Arabia, but, you know, you kind of sold me short. Disappointed in you, indeed. So, look, Mexico out. I did predict them to go through to the next round. It didn't happen. I didn't predict Saudi Arabia. It didn't happen either. But the teams that are going through are from the other match, and that is Poland and Argentina. So, wait, before I do go on, this commentary, why is this in Arabic, though? Why is this in Arabic? That's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Why is the commentary in Arabic when I'm English and I'm what's going on there? I can't even read you guys some insights or nothing, you know. So we gotta move on. You gotta move on. Forget about the insights, you know what I mean? Poland 0, Argentina 2. Let's give it up to Argentina, man. And the thing is, right, if you guys actually take some time and you watch my previews, I get the preview spot on in terms of the preview. Maybe not the prediction, but the preview. And I did predict Argentina to win this game as well. And what was actually my prediction for this game? Was it a 2-0 to Argentina? Let me let you guys know. My prediction, yep, 2-0 to Argentina. I got this prediction spot on, but the other one, I didn't get it right. I predicted a 1-0 win to Saudi Arabia, right? Well, look, big up to everybody in the house, man. Do appreciate you guys coming in here. And YouTube user is having a dropping a good comment here. He says, "Hey Dom, will you comment on how penalties are easily given to players like Ronaldo and Messi only when they will check VAR or even after that make clearly wrong decision?" I do think the penalty was kind of very soft. At the moment, I was like, nah, you can't give that a penalty because Messi had already came in. He had already headed the ball away, and then just because he got to the ball before Szczesny, it doesn't mean that he gets a penalty. But look, justice was served. The penalty was saved. You see what I mean? That is what you call poetic justice. Instant karma. The penalty was saved. And of course, we know Messi and Co still scored, right? Argentina still scored. McAllister and Julian Alvarez still scored. So McAllister in the 46th, Julian Alvarez in the 67th minute. I did call for Julian Alvarez to play ahead of Lautaro. It happened. Enzo Fernandez, it happened. Nahuel Molina, it happened. So, I did call as well for Romero to get brought back into the team, and I think he came on as well. Let's double check that in terms of that. Yep, Romero came in. So I did call for DePaul to get dropped, but he didn't get dropped. But I was pretty on point with the way I analyzed this game. And I have 4 more games to analyze for tomorrow as well, And I haven't made any of those videos yet. I prepared for 2 of them, the earlier ones, so I'll get those out. And then I'll do the other 2, as sometime throughout the night. I have a lot of time, but I'm tired, man. I want to go take a nap when I'm done, so I could, gather some strength to go again later because it's just nonstop work during this World Cup. We have 18 more days left. So it's just 18 more days of me working. But it's a good thing that I have a 2-week vacation. So after I'm done with this work week, I'm off for the rest of the World Cup. I don't have to go to my my day job. All right. So that's a good thing. And the World Cup gets a bit easier as it goes on. So, Dude Lebowski saying Martino makes so many mistakes. I'm glad his era is over. Chavez looks like money with his left foot. Yeah, this Chavez guy left foot is good, man. Definitely. Only his fault is Mexico coaches, Yeah, he definitely deserves some blame. Definitely leaving out Edson Alvarez, you know what I mean? He made some really stupid decisions, I have to say. And they haven't been good up top. So, and I'm pretty sure maybe there's a striker somewhere in the league, a MX, that he could have brought instead of Raul Jimenez. When you think about it, right? Think about this. Raul Jimenez has the name, but if he's not fully fit, you know he's not fully fit. He's not in form at all. Why the hell you bringing him to the World Cup? Why? Big up to Mattia Berlich. Appreciate you coming through. So far, what you think? Is World Cup 2018 or 2022 better? I'll give it to this one. Both of them were good. You know what I mean? Both of them's been good, but I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna have to live in the now. I all I could remember, it was difficult to actually cover both of the World Cups. Very difficult. Big up to Angel. How you doing? McAllister scored. Brighton will be happy indeed. Yep. Look, his stock just keep rising. But yeah, it's been difficult to cover the World Cup, man. Make a preview, review every game. It's just been tough. It's just been a climb up Kilimanjaro for me, man. Mount Everest. I've been climbing up Mount Everest ever since the World Cup started. Pray for me, guys. Pray for me. I'm running out of juice. I'm running out of juice, guys. Man. Yeah, listen, I haven't drank so much Red Bull in my life. You know, within a short period. But I'm chilling off the Red Bull though. I haven't had one in a couple of days though. So that's a good thing. But yeah, man, the energy not there because I do have to go to work in the mornings and everything. I have to wake up early. So it's been tough. So big up to Juan Ortega. Very disappointed in Mexico, but at least USA has my full support now. And Paul Romero, yeah, I mean, it should have been Santi Jimenez from Feyenoord. Exactly, you know. So look, let's just go back, man. Let's just go back and talk about the game still. This game, look, back to the 11. Big up to Lionel Scaloni for making the necessary changes and getting Lautaro off the field, bringing on Julian Alvarez, who's deadly, man. Very, very deadly striker. And guess who he plays for? Manchester City, of course. Enzo Fernandez has been a bright spot. Acuna as well. He's been playing good. But you know who I'm really impressed with? Nicolas Otamendi. God damn, Otamendi. I don't know if he's definitely improved since he left City. So give it up to Nicolas Otamendi. Mattia, beer is actually a depressant. If I drink beer, I'll be even more tired. Believe me, I'll be way more tired, you know. So look, as it stands, I see you guys dropping all of the things about Mexico. USA are the only CONCACAF team still in the and of course Costa Rica, but Costa Rica's chances are very thin. Mexico out, Canada out, the USA on, and who knows, man? I would love to see Costa Rica pull off an upset tomorrow against Germany and get a draw. I would love that, and for Spain to beat Japan, that would be nice. That would indeed be nice, man. Otamendi is an accident waiting to happen. Well, he's been good. He's been good so far. You got to give him credit when he deserves it, man. I got to say. So, look, free mind, we have had a lot of drama and surprises in the group stage more than 2018. Indeed. Very, very good point that you just made there. But the thing about this game, right? Poland, they've been very negative. And in a way, you can't really blame them because with a draw, they would have gone through. And even if they lost by a little bit, they would have still gone through. And I guess they were banking on Saudi Arabia not winning the game. But, you know, defensively, they've been one of the best teams in the tournament so far. They haven't conceded a goal until today. Szczesny, you know, has been one of the better keepers so far and had to pull off a lot of saves, man. Over maybe about 14 saves today, man. So give it up to Szczesny, who and if it wasn't for Szczesny, they'd be going home and it would be Mexico actually going through because he would have conceded way more goals. That penalty that he saved, give it up to Szczesny. You know, he also saved the penalty against Saudi Arabia. So Szczesny has been on fire, man. Golden glove for me so far. definitely. But I'm afraid it's gonna be hard to actually contest for that best goalkeeper award if you're gonna go out in the next round because they do face France. You see what I'm saying? Big up to Antonio Rogers, Mohammed 24, Richard Neves. Big up to Baller Kick, everybody. Pookie, Jamal, Griffith in here. Guys, don't forget to smash up the thumbs up button for the stream. Appreciate you guys coming in for yet another one. We're talking Mexico defeating Saudi Arabia 2-1 and Argentina defeating Poland 2-0, but Poland still going through because of the better goal difference, of course. So, look, back to Poland. Set up very defensively. It was all Argentina. And at the first half whistle, it was 14 shots to 1 for Argentina. That's how one-sided that game was. And it was just Messi and Di Maria and co just at Poland for the entire game. So credit to Poland for keeping it down to just 2 goals. A lot of chances for Argentina. I'm pretty sure they had about 30 shots at goal. Let's check the shots and see. 23, 12 on target. Very good. Poland, 4, none on target. So well done by the defense for actually keeping them in the game. And there was a big goal line clearance as well for that Nicolas Tagliafico chip by Kiwior. And that kept Poland at the World Cup too, man. You know, so they were 0-0 at halftime, luckily. A lot of chances. Messi penalty saved. Szczesny, a lot of big saves as well. But the second half, their defense got cut apart down the right side. The cutback where McAllister scored, of course, and then Julian Alvarez with that brilliant goal that, you know, give Argentina more of an advantage on the game. You know, great build up to that goal as well, you know, I have to say. But Poland, they were not so much interested in going forward. Really not. Lewandowski, he was playing as a defender on the day. But Szczesny, man, shot saved. Messi and Argentina, a lot of waste. They wasted a lot of opportunities, but it won't matter to them because they are in the round of 16 as group winners of Group C. And look, on the first match that we thought that it could have been disaster for Argentina, but they avoid that. Pick up 6 points. Still top the group. Wow. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. Poland, I have to say, they got lucky. And it's the first time they have gotten out the group stage since the 1986 World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So give it up for Poland, man. They're a team that if they have their way on the day, they could beat anybody because of Robert Lewandowski and guys like Zielinski and Arkadiusz Milik and co. You know, so still a team to watch, even though they're not the most impressive or they're pretty with Lewandowski in there, they're still a threat. And that's the difference between a lot of teams, that X-Factor player. And they do have that X-Factor player. You see, like Argentina got Messi. You got guys like Enzo Fernandez, Julio Alvarez, Angel Di Maria, who almost scored an Olympico in the game as well. So give it up to Argentina, man. They did bounce back. Messi promised that the team was going to bounce back after the loss against Saudi Arabia. Big up to Polish fan Rafał Popolowski in the house. How you doing, bro? Thanks for coming in. Congratulations. All the best in the next round. But yeah, though, definitely, team has more than one X factors, and they just need to come to the party, man. So look, Jamal is saying, France, give me some question marks today, bro. That was a rotated team. You know what I'm saying? That was rotated. I was actually thinking that France were trying to do Tunisia some kind of favor for the years that they rule over Tunisia. So it almost worked. It's like repatriation. It's like, here you go. Take this. Here's a win. That win equal to, you know, a lot of let's say respect in the football world. And you almost got into the round of 16. At least we're doing you a favor. But now, though, France always rotate on the final day. I'm just mad that Mandanda didn't come off at halftime and allowed Alfonso Areola to get a run out. You know, it's the only thing. But everyone on the French team, I think with the exception of maybe, I think everyone except one player got a run out so far. And that's Areola, if I'm not mistaken. Big up to Irvin Vita in the house. If Denmark had drew, Tunisia would have gone through. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Big up to the boy John Burns for dropping a super chat, man. Mexico last out in 1978. Argentina lost 4-1 at the start of the tournament. Still advanced on 2 wins. Fair play was almost involved. And Argentina did win in 1978 too, when Mexico last got knocked out in the group phase. Argentina did, however, host that World Cup. But who knows? Maybe stars might align and they might go on to win it like a lot of us predicted. But thank you very much, John, for dropping a super chat. Guys, don't forget, super chat is open. You could support the channel that way. Big up to Mattia Burlich for being a member of the channel. Big up to my boy Adam the Great as well for being a member of the channel. All the members of the channel who's not here right about now. Brilliant Beaches and Co. Appreciate you guys, man, showing your support to the thing. So, look, with that being said, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me about anything, football, anything you want to ask, you know, feel free to drop it. We're going to hang out a little bit. But that's pretty much it in terms of the matches, though. You know what I mean? The matches today were pretty easy to analyze because Poland didn't decide to really go out there and play. It was just all Argentina. A lot of chances, a lot of saves made by Szczesny. I think he's the best goalkeeper of the tournament so far. And Poland survived even though they lost. They will go on to play France. Not the best team that you want, prospect, not the best draw, but you would still be happy to give yourself a chance to move into the quarters. Remember, guys, look, I don't know if you know, Poland back in the 70s and 80s, they were a formidable team, man. They had a guy named Boniek. They had another one called Smuda. And there was another guy by the name of Lato. Those guys were like superstars back in the 70s and 80s. And that was where, when they were at their heights, they made it to 2 semifinals. So could they do it again? Could they do it again? So Matthias said, my last question about tomorrow game. All right, where's the question? Drop the question. Big up to Kevlon in the house. Dominic home, and he goes score in this World Cup so far. What? What? Gotta repeat yourself. Yep, Lato. I don't know the Sharma guy. I gotta do some more research. I wasn't born in the 70s. I was born in the 80s. Big up to Carl. Saudi Arabia let me down. I think they were too defensive in this match. They did let me down, especially against Poland. I thought they would have done better. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. We almost had over 100 people in here. Big up to anyone watching over on more Dominic Rich FC as well. Do appreciate you guys 100%. Smash up that thumbs up button, man. Definitely. Thanks for the continued support on the channel as well. So, look, what else are you guys saying in the chat? Big up to Jamal, 199. Are we going to see a run to the final by Argentina now? Well, with that being said, we could actually pull up the table, the bracket now, right? We could pull up the bracket. Let's pull up the bracket and let's take a look at the bracket. Good question. Good question. And I think they avoided disaster. They really did. So this is what the bracket looks like so far, guys, right? Argentina. Let me see if I could refresh that. All right, it's not updated yet. It ain't updated yet, but Argentina top in the group, of course. Poland second. France and Australia through. So right now as it stands, guys, we're going to put it the way it stands, right? Spain, Japan, you got Croatia, Morocco, got Brazil, Switzerland, and you got Portugal, Ghana. This is how it looks so far, guys. This is how it is. This is it right now. This is it. So Argentina got the USA, the Netherlands, and Australia in their way. But they would have to get past Brazil, potentially in the semis, to actually get into the final. Oh, man, that's a mouth-watering prospect, I have to say. Spain are going to put their hands up as well. So far on that side of the bracket, the left-hand side, favorites that could actually go on to make it to the semis over there, right? Argentina, Netherlands, Spain, Brazil. And then over on the other side there, we have England, France, Croatia, and Portugal. Oh, man. Guys, could we be having a new winner here? Big up to Pacharo. Will Tata Martino get fired even though they won? I think what Tata Martino should do is to leave the job. Just say, hey, thank you very much for the opportunity. It's been a great few years, but I'm going to move on now, so he could leave on a high by them actually winning a game and not staying back as manager going into the Gold Cup in 2023 and then not winning that. You see what I'm saying? So now is the best time to leave. They failed to advance into the round of 16. No previous Mexican manager had done that. So it's fair to say that Tata has been one of the worst Mexican managers because he's on a run of not winning the Gold Cup, not winning the Nations League, and coming in second behind Canada in the qualifiers and then getting knocked out in the World Cup. It's a failure. It is a failure. So that's how the bracket looks right now, guys. It's sweet. And I bet you, I could bet you any money, there will be more twists in the round of 16. There always is. Always, man. There's going to be some twists. It's not going to be easily predicted. We could say Netherlands, USA. It might be the USA. Australia might shock Argentina. We don't know. Morocco are a team to watch. I'm just hoping that tomorrow they play well, and I think they should be able to handle Canada. And they should, get into the round of 16 for the first time since 1986. Give it up to Morocco. They would potentially face Spain. But there's also a situation, right? Let's change up the situations. And John Burns, I'll get to your super chat just now, right? Let's change up the scenario of these matchups, right? Let's change them up. We have A to D set in stone. Can't change those, right? Can't do it. Let's change up the situation, right? Tomorrow, let's say it's Germany. It gets interesting now, right? Let us say Morocco top, Croatia coming second with a draw. Morocco beat Canada, Croatia draw with Belgium. Bye-bye Belgium, bye-bye Denmark. Some heavyweights are going to go out, right? And Denmark have put themselves up as a heavyweight these days. They're out. Belgium, I have a prediction video dropping later. You're going to have to watch that to find out what I think. You guys know I like Belgium, right? We could see Germany go out. Some heavyweights are going to go out. Brazil group, look, I think this is the way it's going to be. I'm not going to change anything from that group. And the Portugal group, it could be Uruguay. Who knows? It could well be Saudi Arabia, right? Not the Saudi Arabia, South Korea. It could well be South Korea. Let's say South Korea beat Portugal. They go up to what? 4 points. Ghana and Uruguay draw. I think South Korea will go out still, according to their goal difference. And let me check the goal difference on South Korea really quick, because with a win for South Korea, they're not out of it yet, right? They're not out of it yet. So for South Korea, they do have a -1 goal difference. So if there's a 1-0 win for Uruguay, Ghana's goal difference would drop, right? Uruguay goal difference would only go up by they will go up to -1, right? On 4 points. Ghana would drop to the bottom, and South Korea with a win would actually have a positive goal difference and go through ahead of Uruguay. So every team still alive. in that group, which is nuts when you think about it. So I'm going to leave Ghana right there, though. I like the prospect of Ghana going through along with Senegal and Morocco to send 3 African nations through to the round of 16. That will be sick because the last time around, absolutely none got into the round of 16. So give it up for Africa, right? They've done well. For Asia, shout out to Australia because they're part of the AFC. They are through. And they could be the only Asian team to go through, as Qatar, Iran, and Saudi Arabia already knocked out Japan, and South Korea are on the ropes right about now. They're on the ropes, literally. So after I tweak the group stage table, this is what the bracket could look like. This is what it could look like. Spain, Croatia, right? Morocco, Germany. Those are the only 2 changes that could actually, So, and if it's Morocco, Germany instead of Morocco, Japan, then it's a stiffer task for Morocco now. The Spain, Croatia could go any way. One big fact about Croatia that I don't know if you guys know. Croatia have only lost twice in the World Cup to European nations. And those occasions have only been against France, 1998 semis and 2018 final. So against the European nations, Croatia does do well. They do well. You see what I'm saying? It's not saying that they can't draw the game and then go out on pens. But I'm just saying, guys, this round of 16, remember, we have extra time. We have penalties coming up. It gets more exciting. It gets more entertaining. There's more cutting edge. There's more edge of your seat stuff. There's more nail biting. There's more crying. There's more screaming and yelling and shouting. The World Cup gets more. It gets better. It gets better. Big up to John Burns, who says fair play makes sense. Teams who go to the NFL championship matches incur fewer penalties. It makes sense. I'd hate drawing off lots though. Yeah, that part I don't really get. Drawing off lots. I don't really get that. I hope it never gets to that. But the fair play thing was really tense today. Krakowiak even got a yellow card. And if they had picked up a couple more bad fouls, the yellow cards could have stacked up. Even a red card would have counted for like more points, right? Mexico just had to score. And I think it's better that they went out on goal difference than fair play. You see what I mean? It's much better. So big up to Rafael, who says, what are the chances of Australia in 1-16 against Argentina? I know, man. The odds are stacked up against Australia, not Argentina, but Australia. And guys, according to Google, let me see if I have. No, we don't have anything yet. We don't have any. I was looking to see if we have any probabilities, but they didn't factor that one in yet. But for the US and Netherlands, the USA do have a 22% probability, and I think we'll have more information later on the other one. So we have 4 round of 16 clashes set from December 3rd and December 4th. Look, that's 4 days away from now. I got to work on some previews for those. It's hard work. The work never ends, man. It never ends for your boy Dom. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Mark Livingston, who says, just hope Belgium go out. I thought you were going to say, I hope Belgium go through. But yeah, Belgium, it looks like they're going out. The big up to Paul. Nice to see you in here, bro. Who says, go mighty Socceroos. No one give us a chance this World Cup, especially the European media as usual. But yet, again, we prove all the doubters wrong. Thoroughly deserved. Indeed, man, indeed. I think you guys deserved to go through on the way you played and the way you bounced back after that embarrassing loss against France. But I did say in my video, if there's any team you want to get smashed up against, it's the holders France. It is justified. Any team will get smashed against France. Remember, Argentina they copped 4. Croatia copped 4. You know, so France be doing that on a regular. Definitely be doing that on a regular, though. So, look, this is how the round of 16 could shape up, according to your boy Dom. This is not according to the current standings, but according to how things could actually play out. Belgium, they could get knocked out. Croatia. You know what? I kind of feel it for Croatia too, because they've played well at the World Cup, but we could see Belgium come up big tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Lukaku is going to play, and Lukaku could come back into the team, and they could knock Croatia out if Morocco go on to beat Canada. And there's also a situation where, you know, there's a situation where Morocco could lose really badly to Canada, and Belgium pick up a massive, like, you know, no, how would it work? Belgium would have to pick up a win. Croatia would have to keep their, let me just double check on the standings right now in that group, because that group is really tense too, right? Morocco got a +2 goal difference. Croatia got a +3. Belgium got a -1, right? So Morocco, if they lose, their goal difference would drop, of course, right? The goal difference could drop. And if Croatia lose, but don't lose too badly, their goal difference would stay above the positive. Let's say Croatia lose 2-0 to Belgium, right? They'll have a +1 goal difference still, and Belgium will go up to a +1 and go up to 6 points, leapfrogging Croatia. Morocco, if Morocco lose to Canada, they have a +2 goal difference, which means if they, let's say they lose 2-0 to Canada, then that goal difference drops to 0, drops below the Croatian goal difference. Both Croatia and Morocco lose, but Croatia the one going through. That's a situation as well. Canada still have a big part to play at the World Cup, and I think Canada might actually take the game very serious to see if they could walk away with at least a win, and not just to save face. You see what I mean? Just to save face. So, oh man, we have Poland. Book your flight to Warsaw today. Mbappe coming for you. Free mind. I have a feeling KDB might retire from Belgium if they get knocked out. I haven't really been following the team that closely with all the press conferences and stuff. I've been hearing the commentators talk about what players did and what players say, but to be honest, I haven't had the time to sit down and listen to press conferences. It's very hard. It's very hard when you're trying to do your own thing. You see what I mean? So big up to B777. Big up to this guy as well, 009. Everybody in here, big up to y'all. Guys, have you smashed the thumbs up button for the stream yet? Come on, shame on you if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, okay? Shame on you. You can do better than that. You can do better than that. If you haven't yet smashed the thumbs up button, look yourself in the mirror and say, I could do better than that. Guys, we only got 33 likes. We got almost 100 people up in here. Come on, let's get the thing up to about 50 likes, man. Come, smash the thumbs up button for the stream, guys. Come on, smash it. Smash it so we could continue talking World Cup football, man. It's very, you know, it's a letdown when I check the likes and you guys haven't smashed the thumbs up button. I'd be like, you know what, man, I'm out of here. Let me go take a nap. Let me go recharge the batteries. Come on, guys, smash up the thumbs up button. We'll definitely appreciate that, man. We need 6 more to get to 50. Let's get it as high as possible. So what else could we actually talk about? What could we talk about, right? Big up to Mr. Jobats in the house. How are you doing? Lennon Sweet in the house. How are you doing, man? Metro Blue in the house. How are you? I actually think the Belgian players might be tired. That's what I think. They might be tired. And a lot of the more quality teams where the players are playing at high levels in Europe, Champions League, you know, Premier League, La Liga, Italian Serie A, all these Bundesliga, etc. It's harder for them, man. Imagine playing in an intense league where you're fighting for a title, and then you got to come to play at the World Cup fighting for a next title again, really quickly. It's tough. It's not like the regular World Cup where it's the summertime and you could prep yourself and you could, you know, your team's not going to win the title and you could just calm down a bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's in the middle of the damn season, man. So you could understand why players' levels have dropped in this World Cup, and some of the unexpected teams have done very, very well, like Australia. These guys don't play at the biggest clubs. You see what I mean? These guys play second division in Japan and the A League and in the Scottish League Championship. And look at that. They're in the round of 16. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter where you play. As long as you play as a team, you're a cohesive bunch, you're going to get the job done. And that is exactly what Australia proven. So I got to give it up to Australia. Been very, very impressed with them. Kudos to Argentina as well for bouncing back from that opening day loss. Hard up to Mexico, who didn't look too bad. They just couldn't score any goals, right? And the quality was absent against Argentina. Poland, they haven't really been impressive, but they've been pragmatic. And sometimes pragmatism and a little doggedness is all you need. Big up to Shane Musa in the house. Big up to Mr. Manchester, who said the VAR call on a PK against Poland was an awful call by the ref. I do agree. There's been some suspect refereeing decisions at the World Cup so far. But I think, because it's at the biggest stage, referees, avoiding making mistakes. Remember that referee that made the mistake in the Canada-Belgium game? You realize you haven't seen him yet. You haven't seen him anymore, right? He's gone. He was at the hotel, right? And he received a call that a letter was there waiting for him, or they probably delivered the letter right to his room. The letter was from Colina. The letter said, "Thank you very much for your services, but you are no longer required." Pretty much. That referee is awful. Where's he from? Zambia? Guy's awful, man. I don't know how he ended up at the World Cup in the first place. Guys, smash up the thumbs up and let's see if we could get it up to 75 thumbs up. Do it for Argentina, the team that I picked to go on to win the World Cup. Do it for Mexico, you know what I'm saying? They need a little bit of uplifting. Do it for Saudi Arabia for the spirit they've shown. And of course, congratulations to Poland. Do it for Poland as well. So Mattia is saying, I hope to see you tomorrow in Croatia jersey. I'll think about that. I think about pulling out the Croatia jersey tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? I'll think about it. Maybe not. It'll look weird because I like Belgium too. It'll look weird, you know what I mean? Maybe another day, but not tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. See what I mean? You want me to put it on now? France versus Poland, rematch of the 1982 third place match. Poland won 3-2. Thank you very much for the insight there, Donovan. And Carl, Mexico have a chance in the Gold Cup next year. Of course they do. They always do. But are they going to win it? The USA might have other ideas about them winning it, of course. You know, when it comes to these CONCACAF competitions, the US are king right now. Definitely king. So what else could we talk about? I know what we could talk about before I land the plane on today's reaction live stream. This is what we could talk about. Let's take a look at the matches that's coming up tomorrow briefly. Croatia, Belgium, of course, a draw would be good for Croatia, not good for Belgium. Belgium must win at all costs. They will go up to 6 points if they win. Morocco, if they win, will go up to 7 and top the group. Morocco would fancy their chances indeed. They're a quality outfit right now. Have a lot of really good players in the team. I, for one, fancy Morocco. Croatia, I'm a bit worried about, to be honest. Even though I think they could pull it off, I'm a bit worried about Croatia for some reason. Because if that Belgium team with Lukaku in there wake up tomorrow, oh man, it could be bye for Croatia at the 2022 World Cup. Spain versus Japan. It's going to be interesting to see, what guys like Gavi and Pedri and them do tomorrow. Gavi is under a little bit of injury doubt. And but they do have capable replacements indeed. Guys, I have a question for you, right? I have a question for you. It is a simple question. Do you know that Gavi's real name is like Pablo Gavira? Do you know that? His name is Pablo Gavira. And Pedri's name is Pedro Lopez. Pedro Lopez and Pablo Gavira. Who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yeah, that's their names, man. Pablo Gavira, Gavi, and Pedro Lopez, Pedri. So that's a massive game. That is a massive game. Japan, Spain. Let's see if Japan could bounce back from that. I don't know how to even describe that loss against Costa Rica, man. But that was that. Oh man, Japan would have been in the driver's seat, man. Would have been in the driver's seat. Costa Rica, Germany, guys. Could Costa Rica and it's not like it's not a far-fetched thought at all. Could Costa Rica shit house their way to a draw tomorrow? Because that would put them in the round of 16, surely. That would. You see what I mean? And if Costa Rica manages to pull off something like that, Costa Rica could actually end up, okay, if Spain top their group, Costa Rica come in second. Costa Rica could be facing maybe Belgium or Croatia, whoever top. They could even be facing Morocco. Man, this World Cup is opening up big time. If some special things happen tomorrow, this World Cup will be opening up big time. I won't mind to see a Costa Rica Morocco clash at all. We'll find out more tomorrow, man. There's no slowing down. First round, exciting. Second round, exciting. The third round, oh my God. Oh my. Italy are not at the World Cup, but Mamma Mia. Jeez. Look, we go to Friday. The last of the third round matches. South Korea, Portugal, the Ghana, Uruguay match. I'm so, man, why couldn't this be the late game? Why couldn't Group H be the 2 p.m. games for me? I'll be at work, and I hope it's a slow period. I'm not, disturbed. I'm at work, but I hope it's slow. But at least you get to watch a Serbia, Switzerland later. Cameroon, Brazil should be good too. And then we got the round of 16 matches. So it's gonna be tricky for me in terms of putting out previews for the Saturday games too, because I'll be talking about these matches, and I guess I gotta get hard at work. I gotta put in some work maybe on the Thursday to get out the previews for the Saturday, and then Friday get out the previews for the Sunday matches, because we have the games for Sunday already. Then we have matches on Monday, we have matches on Tuesday, and then we have a break. We have a break, a 2-day break. Wednesday and Thursday we have a break next week. Thank God. We have a breather. Finally, we could have a breather. So look, big up to John Burns again. Thank you very much. John said, the World Cup hosted by Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Egypt. Could this be a possibility in the future? If it's in the Middle East, this might not be the last Winter World Cup. Listen, best believe it won't be the last Winter World Cup. But Asia would have to wait a while for a next cycle. And big up to Donovan. This is a great point you made here. Stephanie Frappart will be the ref the Costa Rica Germany game, and I think she will become the first ref to woman ref to officiate at the World Cup as the main woman in the middle. Back to John Burns, right? Look, John, the way how the World Cup works, and giving the host the rights to the team that hosts the World Cup. If you realize, right, The last time Asia hosted the World Cup was back in 2002. It took 20 years for them to get another one. And South America got one in 2014. Before that, when was the last time that South America get a World Cup? Think about it. The last time South America got a World Cup, you have to go like way back. 1978? Was it 1978 Argentina? Think about it. Yeah. 82 was Spain, 86 was Mexico, 90 Italia, 94 USA. And the World Cup was last held in CONCACAF in 94, right? But CONCACAF did get one in 86 and in 70. So CONCACAF got a lot of World Cups there. France hosted it in 98, Korea, Japan 2002, Germany 2006. That's Europe. So Europe got one in 2006 and got another one in 2018. So South America, it took them from 1978 all the way to 2014 when Brazil hosted it. Africa, they have only hosted one World Cup. One. So I do think the next one, not the next one that's coming up, 2030, might be given to South America for sentimental reasons and centennial reasons as well, bringing up the 100th year of the World Cup. You know, and the 100th year of the World Cup. But I would love to see Africa get it. North Africa, to be exact, because Morocco they have been trying to host the World Cup for a very, very long time. So maybe a 4-nation World Cup. Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, and Algeria. Another Arab World Cup, 2030 maybe, or 2034, 40-18 World Cup. You're going to need help to host the World Cup in the future, though. You're definitely going to need help. So what else are you guys saying in the chat here? Mattia, I told my wife, woman tomorrow, go watch your CIS and let me be. Croatia is playing versus one of the most awesome football nation. Wish me luck. Man, I'm telling you, man, the wife knows that when the football is on, you know, I'm in my zone. I'm definitely in my zone. So, free mind, the whole country of Ghana is going after Suarez on Friday. So, what else we have here? Israel with 2 Arab countries. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That ain't going to happen for sure. Imagine a World Cup in North Korea. I know, right? Yeah, that's not going to happen. North Korea, North Korea is so savage. They're so savage that when COVID broke out, these guys said, to hell with World Cup qualifiers. We are done. We are done. Cancel all the results. Make the results insignificant. We are out of here. Don't bring this COVID thing, you know. Don't bring in this COVID thing here, you know, in our country. But I heard that there's COVID over there, but nobody knows the numbers. You know what I mean? But look, did you guys hear the story that I shared that North Korea are actually watching the World Cup, but they did not actually buy the rights to the World Cup, so they're like bootlegging the World Cup, and they like blurring out the provider's name, which is sick when you really think about it. Colombia should get it. Well, it might be, you know, Colombia. Let's do something. Let's pull up the South American map here. South America. We're going to pull up the South American map and just look at some logistics really quick. And let's see how it could work in terms of hosting the World Cup and things like that. Let me see. World maps. Let me see something. All right. So let me see something. Let me just pull up this map here really quick. And let's talk a bit of geography. All right. This is the South American map. If you give it to Colombia, how is Uruguay won't be involved? You see what I'm saying? You got to get Uruguay involved some way. You see what I mean? You got to get Uruguay involved some way. So it's going to have to be taken back down to Argentina. So it's going to be Argentina and Uruguay. Uruguay, one of the smallest nations in South America too. So it's going to be Argentina, Uruguay hosting the World Cup. And maybe you could throw Paraguay in there for a little bit of help. You know what I'm saying? Leave Brazil out of it. Argentina, Uruguay. Maybe that'll be a good host. Guys, remember, Chile did host the World Cup in 1962. So don't forget that. 1962, Chile. That's a thing. That is a thing. Who hosted the World Cup in 1950 again? Who hosted 1950? I can't remember. Was it Brazil? Who hosted 1950? I can't remember. Who hosted 1950, man? That one is, I'm running a blank on that one. 1950. Somebody probably dropped that in the chat already. Brazil. Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So I was, I got it right. You know what I'm saying? Brazil. Okay, Dom. Wasn't that the World Cup they said had the highest attendance? Where they have that picture with like 1 million people in the stadium? Ridiculous. So what we got? So Chile hosted 1962, Uruguay hosted 1930, Brazil hosted 1950, Argentina hosted 1978, Brazil hosted 2014. Yeah, it's about time. I think South America could get another World Cup. I think they can get another World Cup. Definitely. It won't be a bad thing to host the World Cup down in Australia and New Zealand too, you know. That'll be a nice World Cup down under. The World Cup down under. With the mascots being koala bears and kangaroos and wombats and kiwis and things like that. Thanks again to John, who says, I'm thinking that if Saudi Arabia and Israel agreed to work together, the U.S. would work to keep them happy and get them the bid. Political. I don't think there'll ever be any coalition there between Israel and an Arab nation like that. I don't think it will be. There's a lot of controversial thing and political thing that goes on with those countries over there, and I'm not really gonna get into these things because people, the people over there get very, very offended when you really talk about these things that you don't. They want you to basically pick sides, and I can't pick sides. You see what I'm saying? I can't pick sides. So Matthias is saying FIFA could really think to invest to put a World Cup in countries that need to push to invest in kids to do sports, football. Yeah, but again, it might be a situation like Qatar, though. You know what I mean? Where Qatar never really was a force in football, and then bam, they hosting a World Cup and they go and embarrass themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like someone said that, okay, Qatar was one of the worst hosts at the World Cup. What if China gets the World Cup? They'll be even a worse host as well in terms of their performance. But then again, China might actually go and pull out some Brazilians that's been playing in their league for some time, you know? So it's a money-making thing, guys. That's why the World Cup has been expanded to 48 teams. And, in the future, we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna talk 48 team World Cup. I do plan not to get carried away, like with the club stuff. I will do club football still, but I am gonna continue talking a lot of international football going forward. Seriously, man. There's more interest. There's always more interest in the international football for some reason. Great point, Jamal. Could we see it held in West Africa? The thing about West Africa, right? It's just like there's a lot of corruption in those FAs and things like that. Look at Cameroon. Look at what happened the last time in Cameroon. It would be nice. But South Africa was a good venue because I think Mandela was still alive and everything down there, right? So South Africa, I think they did a good job, except for the vuvuzelas. But apart from that, they did a good job, But I'm pretty sure we will see the World Cup in Africa again, but I think it's going to be held in North Africa the next time around. So what else could we discuss, man? think we could move this off the screen right now. I think we've done well. I think we've done well today in terms of the post-match and the discussion. I've been gone doing this for 1 hour now, and I have a lot of work to do. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of work to do, man, for tomorrow's games. And I got to get some sleep as well. Guys, I got to go get some groceries. I'm like home alone right now. My wife went out the country, and like there's like no food. And I need to go and buy the food, but I'm like, I want to do the World Cup content. I went to work. I'm watching the football. I have more work to do. I want to sleep. And the last thing that I want to do is to go shopping for food right now. Did I wash the car? I need to wash the car too. But I'm not going to do that. That's not a priority. It ain't a priority, man. You know, player of the day, Wabi Kazri. Because I don't understand how the manager didn't pick Bobby Kazri earlier, man. The man was like, you know, R9 today. World Cup in the Caribbean. I've been thinking about that, but the Cricket World Cup was held in the Caribbean. It was kind of a mess back in 2007 where there was a match playing in the dark and all. I could remember that in Barbados. But I don't think the Caribbean got the infrastructure to host a football World Cup, the hotels, and to just hold the people, man. Because remember, you know, some of these stadiums, right? Some of these stadiums hold 90,000 people. 90. And some of these countries don't even have 90,000 people. So John is saying, Pele mentioned that when Uruguay won in 1950, it was the only time he saw his father cry. You know? The only time I saw my father cry is I kind of like, he was like very disappointed in me. And you know what I said in my mind? One thing came to my mind. You big pussy. What are you crying for? Seriously, what are you crying for? Like, man up. Stop the blood clot crying. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. And we're going to get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot more content to do today. I actually, you know, have 4 previews to do. Yeah, I want to do the previews. It's a project I'm doing, guys. It's the last round of games. I only got 8 more to do. I'm going to do the 8 before we get into the round of 16. And then I have 8 more round of 16 matches to do. Then I have 4 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, 3rd place, and finals. So I'm doing good. You know what I mean? Definitely doing good. So, guys, it's been fun. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Could we get to 100 thumbs up? Could we? We are currently at 64 likes. So, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Smash it up, smash it up, smash it up. I will definitely appreciate that. We went for an hour yesterday in the USA Iran game. We were live for an hour. We were live for about 50-something minutes. We've been doing good with these live streams, man. You know, we've definitely been having some fun with the live streams, and we're going to continue to have fun with those live streams. And we probably have live streams every day until the end of the World Cup, man. So big up to Simon, though. Appreciate it. Always enjoy your preview videos. Thank you very much. That means a lot, because I do put a lot of effort into the previews, but you guys don't be watching the blood cleat previews, man. Come on, go watch the previews. You know what I'm saying? I work hard at those previews. I do a lot of writing. You know how many pens I finished already writing up those previews, guys? I'm not even in school, and I'm here freaking finishing books. Books upon books. Look at this. Look at this. This is just one book, man. This is a new book I just started, man. You guys think it's a joke? You guys should see the amount of books I got up there. Look, you guys think it's a joke, the amount of work I put in? Come on. Like the thing. Anyways, guys, it's been fun. We'll be back soon with more content for your head tops. But for now, But for now, that's all, folks. All right. So I got a preview for the big matches in Group F coming up. Those previews will drop first, right? The Morocco, Canada, and the Belgium, Croatia. Go watch those previews, right? And when you go watch the preview, come in the comment and say, damn, I'm here. I'm watching the preview like you said. Because those are going to be big. I'm going to let you guys know who I think is going to go through, whether it's Belgium or Croatia, or if Morocco are going to top the group or if they're going to miss out. I'm going to let you know that. But for now, guys, I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to lay down. And I think I'm going to take like a 45-minute nap. Then I'm going to get up, bang out those previews, and then we move again. All right? The work never stops. I got to go to my job tomorrow too, but it is what it is, though. We only have the World Cup once every 4 years, and it's worth the sacrifice. So big up to Paul. Thank you very much. Big up to Pierre Paquete, Mattia Berlich, Mr. Manchester. We got Robert Rodriguez in the house, Jamal Griffith, John Burns, the man, Big John. Big up to you, Drew Branch, Simon, Mohammed. Big up to you guys. Big up to BM. Big up to everybody. AD744. Everybody who came through, man. You know what I mean? Lang and Sweet. Who else we got in here, man? DVB. Vanterpool. Brian, is that you? Big up to you. Big up to you. Who else we got in here, man? Everybody who came through, man. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. You know what I mean? Enough love, enough respect from your boy Dom. Until next time. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. I'm out of here.